Hey, how's it going? So today we're going to talk about some forgotten games. This is my dog. He is adorable. Anyway, so the first game that I would love to talk about is Gex. Gex was a big love of childhood video game that I had. Gex was basically a platformer. One of the first levels you did was reminiscent of Looney Tunes. And then also they did Austin Powers and Haunted Castle. I would highly suggest this video game if you want something fun and reminiscent of old media per se, or old video games. They had like Haunted Castle, Looney Tunes, Austin Powers, all sorts of that jazz. It was sort of corny. It was like Conker's Bad Fur Day, but a little more child friendly. Another game I would say would be The Suffering. Suffering was one of my favorite horror games. It was very action packed. You could do first person and third person view. You'd run around a prison area that was basically like Alcatraz. And on this island, you had the choice of being good, bad, or neutral. You can kill whoever you wanted, or you can let them lead the way to your way out. All the monsters that you came across were a form of execution, such as lethal injection, hanging, or beheading, or other means by that means, to say the least. While you're playing the game, it's sort of like Resident Evil 4. You have minor puzzles that you have to come across, but the lighting is very dark. You also have to come across various monsters who are quite scary. But you have a wide variety of weaponry that you can kill these monsters by hand. Another game that is very fun is Shadow of Rome, which was created by Capcom. Now, Capcom made this game before Resident Evil 4. It is very interesting and it's a very fighting game. And if you like blood and gore, Shadow of Rome is excellent in that form of manner. And also, if you like Gladiator, then you'll love this video game. You can roam around, literally roam around, in an arena and fight various animals and also people. And you can also pick your weapons that you might choose. Another game that I love that is quite hidden is Rome. Rome was a RPG per se. It was sort of like Dark Souls. It was very hard and it was very long. Single campaign would take between 20 to 30 hours according to how your skill level is. And also it had 2-player split screen if you have a PS2 adapter to your modern day era. And while the split screen, you can also do like Coliseum events, sort of like a Gladiator type deal, like Shadow Rome per se. You can cut off heads, you can cut off limbs and so forth. You can have an axe, you can have a sword, and whatever you want, actually. And then once you cut off the head of your opponent, you can throw the head at the person that you want while you're fighting them. It's quite an exhilarating game. Supposedly there's another expansion, or there's another sequel in the progress, or it's already made. I'm not quite sure. It may be made in PC, but I don't have that type of access to the video game. Another game is Future Cop. It's sort of like RoboCop. You can transform your car into a robot, or you can transform it into a car. And all you do is roam around with big weapons, or a machine gun, bombs, and so forth. And you shoot whoever victims that you need to be had. Mostly all the players are enemies, so feel free to shoot up whoever you want. And don't feel guilty of who you shoot. That's the type of game I love to play. And you're a cop, so it's very Black Lives Matter, to say the least. Earth Defense Force is another game that I love. Basically, you're roaming around an entire city, perhaps, that is destructible. And you shoot giant spiders, or giant ants, or giant frogs, or giant robots. There's a bunch of 1950s monsters that you come across. It's very fun, to say the least. And it's a game that you could play heavy metal and then play crazy antics and so forth. I would highly suggest this if you have ADHD and you want to shoot something for fun. War of the Monsters is another one. It's another game based in the 1950s. It's giant monsters, but you fight. It's sort of like a boxing arena. Like, I love playing as King Kong or Godzilla type villains. Or there's another dragon that you can fight as. You roam around a city, you can destroy buildings, you can throw giant pillars at people and take care of them in that way. But War of the Monsters is a quite exhilarating game. It is quite hidden, and I'm surprised that there's not a remake, to say the least. But if you're wanting a fighting game that's unique, play this game. It's quite amazing. You can also grab whatever you want, such as you can grab cars and throw them at people. You can grab whatever you want, and then you also have special abilities, such as the King Kong monster has a screaming thing where you can scream at somebody and then they run into a building, which is quite fun. Another game is Saboteur. So when you start the game, it's black and white. But as you conquer areas in Paris, main area that you're fighting in is Paris. And it's an open world game. It's one of the first open world games that I'm aware of besides GTA 3. And as you conquer, it becomes vivid with colors. Before then, it's black and white. So it's a third-person shooter with World War II prosperities and weapons. So if you're quite into World War II games, I would highly suggest this game. Another game would be Spider-Man Web of Shadows, but this game is quite different. You can either be a Spider-Man or you can be Venom type deal, or a symbiote. So you can be good or bad. You roam around. Another game is Hulk on PS2. It's called Destruction. I don't know the exact game. I'll put it on the title right here. But you can roam around, such as Web of Shadows, and you can do whatever you want. You can grab a jet, you can surfboard on a bus if you want. The whole main purpose of the game is cause mayhem, and you can do whatever you want. On to the next game. Psyops is an amazing game. Psyops is basically, you have different powers, such as pyro. You can throw fire. Or you can throw a human person into a wall, such as telekinesis. Or you can control somebody's mind and manipulate a guard into shooting another person. It's quite fascinating. There's also a minigame where you can go into a little facility where you can just mess around with people. You can throw people into fans, or you can throw giant boulders on people. It's quite gory for a PS2 game, but it's also quite fun. It's quite a B-rated video game, but I would highly suggest picking this up if you like third-person shooters and also like action games as well. Now, the last two video games is Time Splitters and Cold War. Cold War is like GoldenEye. It's quite gory. Even if you're shooting somebody, you can just blow off their legs with a machine gun or a pistol. Time Splitters is also an amazing game. The story mode is quite excellent. It's not boring to say the least, but the second player is where it's at. It's quite ahead of its time. You can be who you want. You can be even a robot with a goldfish as a head. Or you can be a gingerbread man. There's Capture the Flag, or you can even build your own maps. It's quite exhilarating and quite fun. I would highly suggest this if you have a PC or a PS2. I spent a lot of time during these games. It's quite fun to say the least. Now, a word of consideration. Kevin Conroy actually died a couple days ago, and he was an amazing person, to say the least. I loved his movies and his voice work for video games. It's sad that it happened. There's quite amazing artists out there. What are your thoughts on Batman voices and Batman actors? Please let me know in the comments down below what your favorite games are that are forgotten. I will probably make another video game section on my YouTube channel. Let me know what you think. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.